Folks, I forgot to clap because I'm forgetting everything now, but we are back. It is not at the 22nd, it's the 29th. That's on me. But we are back. It is MCS, another edition here. We have a lot of stuff to talk about this week. It's a big weekend for the two of us as we both are WWE fans. WrestleMania is this weekend. We have the Final Four this weekend too. And we are just a little over a week away from opening day. But now we'll turn it over to Crappy. How you doing?
I am doing amazing. I like the nickname McAdoosh. But like, hey, it's another week in the book. Honestly, this, and I said this a couple weeks ago, but I do enjoy this. So this is a good like milestone in the week for me. Like, well, I made it through Monday. Now here's Tuesday. Oh, but here's this in the afternoon. So it's always a good thing, and it's always a good way to like early afternoon get the day wrapped up and like progress into the night, and bedtime's in a couple hours, so be perfect.
Yeah, it gets you closer to bedtime is for me. I'm going to have to stay up another 12 hours. But,
Oh yeah.
anyways, so the big news on the docket that we had as the NFL offseason has slowed down a bit now. But there was still some big news last week as the day after we went on the air, we see Tyreek Hill gets moved to Miami as Tua gets more help. What are your first reactions to that?
My first reaction is Tyreek Hill's a really cool car. I'm gonna describe this in a different way. Tyreek Hill is a cool car, but when you're 15 years old and you don't have your driver's license, what's the point of having a cool car? And that's kind of my thought right now with the Dolphins. They have a really cool, good wide receiver. When your quarterback, I don't think is going to be able to utilize him to his fullest potential. That's my first thought. Does it make the Dolphins better? Absolutely. But I don't know if it does anything in the conference. I still don't see them competing for the division. I don't see them making the playoffs. I mean, this was a move that's good for them, but it's not going to change, I think, their team. It definitely changed the other team that they got traded from. I After that trade, I had the Chiefs being last in that division before the trade. And now after the trade, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs are the fourth team in that division next year. You have Patrick Mahomes, but Travis Kelsey, after week one, getting 30 targets. I mean, he's going to be tired by the end of the season. With a diminished defense for the Chiefs, and an offense that got worse too. Like, I don't see the Chiefs doing anything, and it's a good move on the Dolphins, but it's a fancy car with someone who doesn't have a license. Is my thought.
Yeah, so I understand that. You actually made some good points there. But the fact of the matter is, it's still Patrick Mahomes. We've seen what Green Bay does every year with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, granted, he had Devontae Adams, but Adams isn't there now, so we'll see how that goes. But as far as Miami goes, Tyree, it's gonna be. We're gonna see how far Tua can throw. I think that it's gonna.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's pretty much what it's going to come down to. But even if the Tua throws don't go that far, you're still going to have Tyreek Hill running a slant and getting away like he did in
Yep.
the AFC divisional game.
And there's
Now,
some. Let me interject real fast before I forget. Their offense is speed. Speed. They added Mostert in the backfield. They have Jalen Waddle, and you had Tyreek Hill. Like, that is a fast offense. Uh, that could do something. I think it could. I'll let you continue. I wanted to throw that point in there.
now, but the other thing, going back to KC though, this actually kind of helps the Bills if you think about it. Like no one was thinking about the Dolphins stealing the division before, and now I mean, the Dolphins are gonna I don't think they're going to contend for the division. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult for the division. But as long as Buffalo can get out in the AFC East, who's there to stop them? Like, because the Chiefs aren't as good anymore. The rest of the AFC West is going to kill each other for the division lead, and who knows what's going to happen there. The AFC North, the Bengals, yes, they're getting more help, but
I think that was a fluke season for them, honestly. Not a fluke season, but I think they overachieved. They definitely overachieved.
yeah, but still, they still got to the Super Bowl, so.
That's a real question. Real question. Who can stop the Bills?
Knock
That's a
on wood.
real question.
Knock on wood, because I don't want to ruin that. But I mean, it's there. We don't. The conference is there for the taking for the Bills. As long as they don't screw it up, they have to go in day and day out, still get their games that they need. But I mean, as long as everything goes to plan, it's theirs to take it.
Absolutely. And I think it was before, and now I think even more so. Very exciting things, exciting things happening in the NFL.
All right, I gotta take this hat off because I'm tired of talking about the Dolphins, and we're talking about the Bills, so might as well.
Oh, is that your new hat you had to show me?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That one and then the Yankees one. But now we have Andy Dalton. He's going from the Bears to New Orleans, and now Taysom Hill, the de facto quarterback, if you want to call it, the gadget quarterback, I should say, moves to tight end officially. Which move more surprised you?
The more surprising move, I guess, would be Hill to tight end. I think Dalton is a very, very good backup in this league. They're just paying Taysom Hill a lot of money to be a tight end. He's a gadget player and he can do a lot of stuff. They figured it out though. I mean, they're paying him a lot of money. But man, every single year we talk about their cap issues that they have, but every single year they figure out a way to be under the cap. So, um, I guess it doesn't matter what I think because they're gonna be under the cap no matter what every single year. It's surprising that they're gonna be having him at tight end. I think it's a really good move to bring in Dalton. Um, I think the Saints could surprise some people this year. Um, I don't know if they're gonna take the division, but I think they could easily surprise some people. And getting a good backup, I think, helps them even more so if you come down the line because of Wentz. And you don't know how his performance is going to be. He did decent last year, but always having a good backup is never a horrible thing on a team that I think could easily make the playoffs next year in that really um, meh conference in the NFC.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have said that the NFC is the weaker conference, but at the same time, you have to look at the other teams that are in there. Like NFC West, I think you have 3 spots there.
You think so?
In the playoffs with the division winner and that 2 wild cards. So now you have to find the last wild card spot out of 12 teams. Because let's be honest, the Seahawks, who knows what the hell's going on there?
Yeah.
I don't think, unless they get a quarterback that can throw the ball, and I don't see that guy. There's not that quarterback there.
No.
There's not there's depth at the quarterback spot in this class, but there's not that one standout guy.
Yep, I agree.
So, as far as that, I don't see one of them, any of the guys in the draft class taking over, unless they go out maybe get a Baker Mayfield. I don't see that happening either, though. I don't see Jimmy G being traded to Seattle.
Division.
Yeah, yep. They're not going to trade him in division. So that's 4 teams there, but that's 3 of the spots out of the 7, and they're only on one. Okay, 2 spots because we'll get the NFC South, but we'll take that one away because the Buccaneers are going to take that one.
Absolutely, yep.
So they're down to 1 spot. I believe they'll beat the Falcons and Panthers.
Yep,
What it's going to come down. So. What's going to come down to is, I believe, that the Vikings.
Yeah.
Vikings are going to take it because they're not going to win the NFC North, but they could they went on a run last year. Like
Yeah.
they had Mike Zimmer and his 500 ball is gone, so that as long as Kirk Cousins had a phenomenal year last year, you can't deny that.
Yeah, he did.
People call him average, but he's still a good
Under the radar. Under the radar.
I'll give him underrated. I'll get like that because
Mm-hmm.
of how he can take care of the ball.
Absolutely.
And that's what they need. And they got better on the defense. They're gonna get Justin Jefferson still developing, so that could be one there. You look at the NFC East now. The Cowboys could take the division.
Over who? Who else do you think is going to take the division? Honestly. Eagles? You think that Eagles could do it? I don't know. See, I Cowboys I think have that division on lock. The Eagles could push for it, but I don't think so. That division's either really good or really bad, and it's really bad again. And I like Jalen Hurts, but there's so many things missing on that team. That I don't think they could push a playoff spot.
I mean, they got to the playoffs last year, so that's why you have to at least look at them now.
Yeah.
So it's not a foregone conclusion, but it's very possible that they could make the playoffs. But at the same time, it's a 50-50 shot, really.
Yeah, and I guess you're right. There's a couple teams. There's like 3 teams, I guess, that could be fighting for that 7th position as we speak right now. Yeah, 3 or 4 teams that could fight for that 7th spot.
Now, going back though, because the two of us are saying, yeah, the Niners are in, but at the same time, we don't know. We haven't seen Trey Lance much. He played a couple games, but it wasn't his team. He wasn't getting the full first team reps. So that's the big question mark for the Niners to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know you're not gonna like this, but the Cardinals, there's some turmoil in that organization, and they're a good team on paper, and on paper they're one of the best teams in the league, at least at the beginning of last season, and they showed it during the regular season, the first half of the season, amazing. They dropped off, and just where are they going to pick off this season? Are they going to pick up where they started the last season, or are they going to pick up where they ended at the end of the season? Kind of, they weren't impressive at all at the end of the season. They lost the division that I think they should have easily won halfway through the season. But I mean, there's that. But I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say what we can really look at and see.
Yeah, so I don't know why this reminded me, but did you see the ugly draft hats that hopefully are on the screen now?
Oh, they are ugly. What?
Look how bad that is.
How that had no uniqueness to it at all.
I'm kind of glad I got this hat and didn't wait for the draft hats because these ones are bad.
Oh, they are bad. That. I mean, okay, they're not horrible, but for $36, we should not be buying a hat that looks like that for $36.
These ones, these.
Those are nice hats.
These are from 2020. Look how good these are. Look how good
those
these
are nice
ones
hats.
are.
Those
come
are
on.
nice hats.
Just either leave these ones until you find better ones, or.
Well, they can't do that because they have to make money. They can't just keep the same hats from last year. They have to be the same. They have to make money somehow.
I'm pissed off I didn't get this one. Actually, nice.
The Bills one's all right.
It looks like it's neon. That's why I think
it does look like it's neon.
So that's why it looks cool to me.
It does look nice. Yeah.
To believe. Come on.
I do like that touch. It's uniqueness. These hats are just Buffalo and then Bills. Dallas Cowboys. I mean, there's nothing. Whatever. People are still gonna buy them. NFL's gonna make their money. Whatever.
Yeah, I've already read like there was a couple comments on Facebook. How? Why? Like this hat without the discount. This hat and where's the other one I bought? And this one were both 35, but the discount I had made it down to 28. I was like, okay, worth it. We're doing that because
I like my Bills hats. Actually, I have to show you mine. I'll get them maybe later. Nice. We're on the topic right now. You give me 30 seconds.
all right. While he does that, I guess we'll just talk here. So yeah, I don't know. As far we're later in the show because we're here now. We're gonna talk. We have WrestleMania coming up. We're gonna talk about March Madness and who beat who and what. And we also have a special tier list that we're gonna put. Kevin and I are gonna put together because why not? We have nothing really else to talk about. So.
Okay, so this is a hat, pretty similar to yours. I stole this from a friend. It was like it was my friend's brother's boyfriend, and they moved out of state. So got this hat for free. This hat.
Do I know this friend?
No, this hat. I like the old classic logo on it. I don't care. It has a snapback. Don't care for the snapback. I'm also missing another. It's gray. Uh, the top is gray with a blue um, on it. So I like fitted hats. Fitted hats are nice. Yeah, actually, my nicest hat that I have. I don't know where that is. That kind of frustrates me.
Yeah. So both of these are the 939, which are the fitted with the nothing in the back.
Yep.
But like this one felt so small when I put it on. It's like I was like it was like squeezing my head, leaving it left a mark here and here.
Oh,
like
wow.
you could like. I was like, okay, either we have to stretch this bitch out or they lied to me.
And I like caps, but man, if you would get me a nice winter hat, oh, I have an amazing Bills hat. It's in my car currently.
I always go for the Secret Service ones. That's all I'm gonna say.
I
I
love. I mean, I don't care what you think, but the pom pom on the top. Oh,
I miss my Bills when I had
the pom pom on the
they had a
top.
little pom on the
Oh,
top, and I'm pissed.
amazing.
It made me so angry that my brother's dog chewed it up. I wanted to beat him so bad when he did that. But
we have a lot more to talk about. A lot more.
Yeah, because especially with the last thing we need to talk. Well, not the last thing, the second to last thing, because the last thing is always the Buffalo Sabres, and I'm sure you have a lot of takes on the Buffalo Sabres.
Oh
so
my
that will take
gosh!
No, save it. So now, Kevin, I added this one late, I think, but we have WrestleMania this week.
Yep.
I'm not giving my picks because I want each and every one of you to read my articles.
That's
so
fair.
I'll save mine.
I respect it.
It'll be on my Twitter, Facebook, whatever you. I'm sure link tree down below. FlairEsports.org. You can go watch. You can go read my stuff there. But now I'm just gonna ask you who you think is gonna win. We'll just do this. We'll rapid fire because we know it's gonna.
Yep.
Maybe one or two statements on
Okay.
why. But now we're gonna kick it off. Like I'm just gonna go down the list of what Wikipedia has. Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, go.
Bianca Belair. They screwed her at SummerSlam. Next.
The Mysterios versus The Miz and Logan Paul.
I know Logan Paul is a Hollywood figure, but Dominic and Mysterio.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna stop here for a second. I don't understand why people think that Logan Paul is going to win here. Look at the odds; they should be bigger than what they are. The Mysterios are a -140.
Wow, that's not that much.
To plus 100 for Miz and Logan Paul, and that made me question like why.
Well, you have to take into consideration when WWE has Hollywood figures, they almost always win at WrestleMania. You do have to put that into consideration. But there's another Hollywood actor performing in WrestleMania.
Yeah, we'll get to that one later.
And I think that's where it's going to differ.
I'll bring up his odds later. But my point here, no one in the WWE... I shouldn't say everyone. 90% of the WWE universe does not like Logan Paul.
Yeah. They brought him in correctly. They absolutely brought him in the correct way. They did not try to push him as a good guy. And that was good. And teaming up with my all-time favorite heel, The Miz, which if you haven't watched Evil yet on Peacock, absolutely amazing. You have to watch the episode. It changes your perspective on The Miz so much. But you teaming up with the probably I think one of the greatest heels of all time. Um, Amazing, great work for WWE. That happened on Raw. Raw actually did something correct for once. Good for them. All right, I'm ready for the next one if you are.
Yeah, I watched all 8 episodes, but now we gotta move on. So, Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin.
Drew.
Yeah, he's a minus 1,000 favorite, and yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Um, Usos versus Shinsuke and Rick Boogs for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
I think it'd be a huge pop if Rick Boogs and Shinsuke win, but I think they gotta keep. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bloodline.
So, here's what I'm saying here, because I think this is what's going to happen. I'm not going to make a pick here, but if the Usos win, Roman Reigns wins.
Yeah.
If Rick Boogs and Shinsuke win, Brock Lesnar wins. You will not see you'll either see all the titles on them or none of them on them. And I think that's where WWE kind of messed up here.
I I could see how it could go the other way. I could see how Roman Reigns running and then he solidifies himself as being even more so the bloodline to the Usos and be like, I'm tribal chief, I'm amazing, I'm the best. You guys lost at WrestleMania, you're a disgrace. I could see that being a way they take it, but your way I think that's more likely.
Now here's one of two matches that kind of and the other one doesn't have odds because it's not really official yet. What the hell are you doing?
Nothing. I'm good.
But anyways, the New Day versus Sheamus and Rich Holland.
I think you have to give it to the New Day. Yeah. They need, Biggie next.
All right, we both know who's facing Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I think there's no doubt about it.
It has to be.
So,
They're wiping off the dust. That's literally. I sent you a message yesterday, and that's what the commentator said. Mr. McMahon is gonna someone. It's gonna be a surprise. It could be a return. It could be someone brand new. Who knows? They could be wiping the dust off somebody. Who else could it be? It's gonna be Cody Rhodes, and he's gonna win.
okay, hopefully not, because
I mean, how can you not bring him back? I mean, he's going to be getting paid a lot of money, and he's not going to return without a win.
We're a drip god guy here. I'm not picking him to win, but I'm just saying I'm not gonna go against him.
That's
and
true.
then we have the should be main event of night one.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people argued, oh, it should be Bianca. No. It should be Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair.
I have Ronda winning. I don't know. She's returning. You have to put a title on her. Um, and then you have to think she's technically not on SmackDown, so this could start something with Becky, which people loved last time that happened. So who knows in the future? Maybe SummerSlam, you could have a Ronda versus Becky match, and people loved that the last time.
Yeah, I don't understand why it wasn't Becky versus Ronda now.
I
That was my thing after the Royal Rumble.
I think it was too obvious. I think they wanted to. I think they wanted to change it up a little bit, and they could
Obvious
push
or not,
that.
obvious or not, Ronda got screwed at 35.
Mm-hmm.
Her shoulders were not down on the mat. You could push that angle along with you really didn't truly beat me and have this actually be like a true one-on-one match like people wanted at Survivor Series the previous year. That year going into WrestleMania that Charlotte got pushed into the match. And that's another hot take. You know, it's WrestleMania week. I'm going to pull. Here's a hot take. The Royal Rumble winner, it should be a one-on-one match with the champion.
That's not hot at all. No.
Because I argued this last year when I said Daniel Bryan should not be in that match.
Yeah.
Either time.
He didn't even have to be in that match either. That match would have been fine without him.
Yeah, Edge Roman, yes. But at 30, he shouldn't have been entered either. He was entered because of the fans. That's something that absolutely was true. Shawn Michaels at 20 should have been put in that match. Charlotte Flair at 35. There's so many like they should not be entered that match.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could say yes, their push was good enough, but no. According to the rules, Royal Rumble winner, 1-on-1 with the champion. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
All right. So now night 2, April 3rd, Sunday night. Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Sasha Banks and Naomi, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Natalia and Shayna Baszler for the Women's Tag Team Championship. I hate these fatal 4-ways.
I'm gonna take Naomi and Sasha Banks. I think they could continue. Um, I don't know. Naomi, it's so weird, the women's division. It's really top heavy with good competitors, but then there's like no middle. And then it's just kind of a whole bunch of low mid carders. And Sasha Banks is currently in that position where she's one of the best women competitors in WWE, but she's just not mixed in with the right people. So putting a title on her might actually like make the tag team titles mean something. Will it actually? No. But could it? Maybe.
Yeah. Now, here's the other guy you're talking about with Hollywood. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn in an anything goes match.
I think low key this match could be really good. I think it could. But Johnny Knoxville. I said earlier, Hollywood almost wins every single time coming to WrestleMania. I have Logan Paul losing the first match, and then so Johnny Knoxville this one. It's easy.
Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
Easily could be the match of the night. I'm taking it. Match of the night. You saw what he could do against
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole. Um, and Austin Theory, he's a decent competitor in the ring. So you got to take Pat. You got to take Pat. I don't think he's gonna. You got to take Pat.
RK Bro versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy for the Raw Tag Team titles.
I think. Ooh, see, WWE did another like change up because I was convinced going into um like SummerSlam, not SummerSlam and Survivor Series that they're gonna break up RK Bro and they're gonna slowly dissolve until they have a huge match at WrestleMania. But they didn't do that. Um, but I have them losing. But to who? I think they have to do something with the Alpha Academy. I think they have to do something with them. And I think they're gonna try to put titles on him and see
Back
what
on him.
back on him. Yeah, to see what they can produce with because yeah. Yep, that's my prediction.
Edge without Metalingus versus AJ Styles.
My heart hurts. I love AJ Styles. But you have Edge winning this one. He lost last
Now
year at
going back,
WrestleMania, and I have
yeah,
him.
he did.
What? Yeah,
I said he did. I was trying to think about Edge. Like,
he
no, he
faced.
won. It was Orton the year I was thinking of, but last year it was Roman Reigns.
Yeah. So I think he wins this one. I love AJ Styles. He's honestly top 5 my favorites, and I think he's top 10 of all time of wrestlers, performers, showstoppers, show stealers. He could do anything in the ring, and so it hurts me because his career since his tag team with Omos kind of hurt him. I think because you can't hurt because they have this huge figure who they have to protect. So what do? You have all the damage taken to the tag team partner, and his tag team partner AJ Styles, and so I feel like that kind of ruined it it ruined his credibility and it kind of ruined his character, like his character, his wrestling. Like he should not be in there taking all the bumps, but I understood why they had it. But AJ Styles deserves way more in WWE than he's currently getting.
Yeah, and going back to my dig at Metalingus thing.
Yeah.
This new entrance is fine for the new Edge. I want to get that point across. It actually makes sense that they changed Metalingus.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna so. Bobby Lashley versus Omos.
you don't bring Bobby Lashley from a back from an injury like he did as early as he did. I'm sure that he's cleared. I mean, they wouldn't have done it, but he was supposed to be out for like 2 to 3 months, and he wasn't. So you don't bring him back if he's not gonna win. So I think that's Omos's first loss, and I think Bobby takes the win.
And then the main event, the winner take all, title for title, whatever you want to call it, undisputed WWE champion.
Okay,
Will be.
so my first question: are they making a new title?
I don't think so. I think they're gonna. It's just gonna be
2 separate titles?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was gonna make my answer easier. Um,
Now
someone's
going back before you say yours, Brock has previously said he thinks having 2 titles at the same time is stupid.
Yep.
Just
I know.
Food for thought.
Someone has to beat Roman Reigns, and who else to do it besides Brock Lesnar? He has to lose eventually. And currently in WWE, can you name anyone who could do it?
Trip God.
I was thinking that in the back of my head when I was formulating. No, I have Bob. I have Brock winning. Someone has to beat him, and even though he loses, he's not gonna lose what they've created over the past 2 years. So yeah, I have Brock winning.
It's gonna be a long match, I feel like. So buckle in. Make sure you have your snacks. Make sure you have your soda, your beer, whatever you're drinking.
And that's on a Sunday.
I might be at work for this match, so I will have my pop out. So.
Oh man,
it's gonna suck.
this is gonna suck.
Yeah, it's somehow, some way I'm gonna have to watch it. But now, where's the end of this? So now I can exit out of this as tab 2. There's so many tabs open on my laptop. It's probably screwing everything up. But now, March Madness, and Kevin, I don't know if you knew this, but one of us beat the other one. I'm just gotta point out.
I'm sure it's you.
So yeah, if you want to look here, how do I zoom in here?
Oh wow, mine's really bad.
This is the worst. I'm pretty sure this is the worst I've ever done, and I only beat you by 30 points because Duke ended up making the Final Four, or else I would have lost. If Duke would have lost to who did they play? Why can I not remember who they played? If Duke would have lost, regardless, that I would have lost to you, but I beat you by 30 points, so there's that. But I also, where's the women's brackets?
But like, who would have thought that Kentucky was gonna lose in the first round? Like that just totally just messed up my whole entire. I mean, that screwed my. I had them winning it all. That screwed my bracket. So.
Yeah, but you see this I was perfect for all 4 of the Final Fours. I'm okay. It was 99.9.7 percentile. I don't know why it says 100 there, but this thing's looking pretty damn good, don't you think?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, the fact that you have the Final Four correct remaining, that's very, very good.
And so we need South Carolina on Friday, Stanford on Friday, and then Sunday we need South Carolina. Hopefully something there. I'll be watching. We got to support the women.
Absolutely. If you don't, they don't get paid.
They don't get paid. Well, they really don't get paid regardless when they're in college.
You're right. You're right.
Which did you see that cheerleader who helped out the Indiana cheerleader who pushed the ball or got the ball off the rim?
I did see that. Yes.
She has an NIL for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
She's so. You get they're creating shirts, and so she gets part of the profits because they need her image and license from it.
Huh.
So that was one of the best moments of the tournament for me. I'm like, actually, we'll do that now. What was one of your favorite moments from the tournament?
I mean, even though it sucked so much, it ruined my bracket, but St. Peter's winning and making it to
Elite 8.
The Elite 8. That's I mean, they had to cancel basketball games, home basketball games because their pool flooded their gym. Like how? Like what? And they couldn't afford to bring their cheerleaders. Like the fact that they did that, I hope I don't know how college basketball works, and I'm not a big fan. I got into it this year and I liked it. Future years I want to get into it even more. But are they getting money from where they placed, or like what is this? Can you?
I I don't know. I'm sure that they're going to be like making a lot more money because people are going to buy their merch, buy tickets now. Like you're going to probably see at state their arena, which is like a high school gym, get more sold out than what it was this year.
Yeah,
This was a good representation for the MAC, and it's MAAC, not the MAC. So I like you're gonna, and it's great for Niagara. It's great for Canisius. It's great for every other school that's in that conference too, because you're gonna have a lot more people. Oh, St. Peter's is coming. Yeah, we're gonna buy tickets. We're gonna go for them. But I'm pretty sure like they do get some money for this. I don't quote me on that.
okay.
But I mean,
I hope so. I mean,
yeah, because what to what you said, they beat Kentucky. Kentucky gets 15 million a year for their basketball program. They beat Purdue. Purdue gets 8.9 million per year for their basketball program. St. Peter's 1.8.
yeah, and the it was just unbelievable what they could do. And I had a point, and now I don't remember what it was. But
Sorry.
no, you're fine. But again, that was my favorite moment in the tournament. I come born, raised Buffalo, New York. Buffalo's been crappy my whole entire life, and I like the representation from small schools. That is me. That is me, and I'm sure you agree too. Small schools. If I can root underdog for small school, that's going to be it. I remember my point as well. They went into the tournament and no one knew how to score against them. Their defense was great against Kentucky. Their defense was great against Purdue. Like they went into that and their head coach, no one was expecting. They were expecting one and out. Their coach was being praised on national TV about their defense. And I was watching the game on Sunday. Was it Sunday or was it Saturday?
Sunday,
Sunday.
because it was down during the NASCAR race.
Yeah, and they
Which, by the way, Ross Chastain won
they
his first career win.
had great looks, just nothing was dropping. They're just getting unlucky. If that first quarter they missed like
Half.
the first half, yeah. Sorry. The first like 7 minutes of the first half, they if they hit half of the shots that went off the rim and just like didn't take the right bounce, like they were just off. Much different game. Much because they would get perfect looks, get it, just wouldn't hit. Go down, score. Get it, perfect look, hit, miss. Like it was, the ball wasn't bouncing like it was for the first two rounds for them. And I think if the ball was a little bit better for them, I don't know. I was watching that first half of the game, and I think it could have been a little bit different outcome. I mean, a 20-point difference, that's a lot at a final score, but the halftime score would have been much, much different, much closer if some of those shots, if they were just luckier. They were just getting unlucky.
So after the Sweet 16, I told my boss and I were talking. Like I told him, yeah, this is during the middle of the UCLA North Carolina. I told him if St. Peter's wants to move on to the Final Four, they have to play UCLA. I feel like if they play North Carolina, they're going to lose because North Carolina something has turned up, and they are playing their best basketball now. They're peaking at the right time.
Hmm.
I was right, and my $10 bet on St. Peter's to win the national championship went dead there. But I mean, they St. Peter's netted me $150. I felt
That's
like
quite a
it
bit.
was my civil duty to at least put some money
Yeah,
back on.
I think I bet
like
50
that.
on them on Sunday to win, but the Sabres recapped all that money for me later that night, so it's all okay.
Yeah, it was just so. Which, by the way, this is going to be another rant for another day. Just little teaser. New York State is absolutely taking advantage of us. I'll put it like that.
Okay, I'm interested in
When
this
it comes
rant.
to
I'm
that.
interested. I'll put it in the
But
rundown for next week.
Yeah,
already.
please do.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Because next week I have an idea. But
Okay. NYS.
he's typing. It's messing me up because I'm looking at the screen because I want to. But anyways, yeah, that's March Madness. But now we have a little special treat. Not really treat, but so I had the idea yesterday. I don't remember what were we talking about. Oh, you're talking about the Bills' new stadium, and
Yes.
you said you wanted it to be like Atlanta, and that's when I got the idea of doing an NFL stadium tier list. Now let me
Okay,
go over
let me
here.
correct you. I want an
No, what do
open
you?
air stadium, but if they got a stadium like Atlanta's, I wouldn't be mad. But I want an open air.
I don't get what you like. It's open air. You can't really argue that. Like they've already said it was gonna be open air. If you want like,
Yeah, but
I
like
don't know what
how can you not who would be upset with an Atlanta stadium? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I want open air, but like I can't be mad at the Atlanta stadium.
All right, I'm trying. This is hard to like figure out which. Oh,
Okay,
this
so
one's the
the
Bills. All
first
right,
one's the
I will,
Raiders.
we're gonna start with the Bills. No,
Okay.
I can see that,
Okay.
but I'm gonna start with the Bills because both we. This is the stadium that both of us have been to.
Yep.
I think that's where it's first start. I think the Bills like easily why we still playing here. I understand we're both Bills fans, but at the same time, it's not a good stadium now. It's old. It's gone downhill. There's cracks in the freaking foundation.
That hurts a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Oh, I'll move it to Day. Is that better?
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. There's something I like the stadium, the atmosphere. Like you come to Buffalo, and what does the stadium remind you of?
Throw
College. This is what the
throw out the
atmosphere.
atmosphere. Throw out the atmosphere. Atmosphere doesn't matter. It will totally talk about the stadium. You can't talk about the atmosphere because that's just like saying, okay, San Francisco with their new stadium, the atmosphere's dead because they sucked for 3 years.
No, but I think the atmosphere. I think there'd be a big difference in the atmosphere if they were playing in like Lucas Oil Stadium. I think there'd be a huge difference. I I just the energy it just erupts. And is that Ford Field?
Yes, that's Ford Field.
I've been on Ford Field. Amazing. The outside looks amazing. The inside looks amazing. I walked on the field. Absolutely amazing. The inside's great. Huge, spacious, very light. Great stadium.
Yeah. So I have to concur. When did you go?
I went. Oh, let me look up real fast. But it's been
Okay, oh, no,
8 years.
not when. What did you go for? Did you go for the
So this
preseason
was
game?
a national youth convention. So it was a
Okay, so
church
you
event.
weren't there for a game.
Was not there for a game.
Okay, so I was there for the MAC championship from
Okay.
2018. Like you walk into that stadium, like it's freaking amazing.
Breathtaking.
Buffalo is going to Detroit this year for one of their games. I think like that's if you're a Bills fan, you absolutely should go. Go find tickets, do what you need. It's a great stadium, amazing stadium. If you want a stadium, this is like what you want. This is like one of the best. Just when you walk in, it just looks amazing. It like the sight lines, everything. It's just you look around that place, it's mind-boggling how great it is.
Amazing stadium. And just Detroit as a city. Detroit gets a bad rep. The city, downtown city of Detroit, it's a nice area actually. I'm not gonna lie. I walk the streets of Detroit and the slums are bad, but it's definitely on the up and up. And I will have to say that's on the up and up.
Hey, these are some of the worst freaking pictures. I think this is Jacksonville, so I'll let you talk about it.
So can you just scroll up a little bit so I can see what the rankings are, just so I can see. I'm gonna say average. For I went to the playoff game. From that being the third football stadium that I've ever been to. After Detroit, and then of course the Bills stadium. I like the stadium. It's a lot different than the Bills one is. Everything's outside versus like the Bills, like the concessions is all underneath, and it has to be. You're in Buffalo, you're in Western New York. You have to have it closed just for temperature wise. I like the fact that it's all outdoors. It uniqueness with the pool. It's an average stadium. It's an average stadium, and again, game day there. I know we're not getting into some game day stuff, but I think that's kind of important. It's a selling point, and the things that the crazy mascot does, it works well for the stadium. They incorporate and use the stadium amazingly. It's an average stadium.
Yeah, I was just saying before. I don't know much. It's just Jacksonville's a small market. It's kind of so they have to kind of deal with that. I just had it. Where'd it go? I made the screen. Oh, MetLife. This is not quite spectacular. Why is it? There we go. I have it above average. It's a newer stadium. The lights look cool on the outside. It looks phenomenal. It looks huge from the outside. It's like even from my second to last row in the 500 section or whatever, it looked like you go back and look at the pictures that I posted.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can even attest to how like amazing it looks from on the field. But I mean, there's really not a bad seat in the house. You can see everything really. Again, like it's weird. The two of the three two of these three stadiums I've been to for college games and not an NFL game. That's just like that's weird to me to think about that. But MetLife, great stadium. You could tell like because the Giants Jets both share the stadium. You can tell how like easy it is to switch everything over.
Yes, I've
and
seen the
whatnot.
videos.
So,
it's amazing.
I haven't seen the videos, but you can just look up. Oh yeah, that's how they do it. It's just like a little like pull down thing. But yeah, it's just amazing venue. Went back. Actually, I watched WrestleMania 29 last night,
Oh, nice.
and even then it looks pretty cool. But yeah. All right, now we have to get to state. Now we'll start with Allegiant. I think this, from what we've seen so far, you had to put it spectacular.
You have to. It's probably the best stadium currently, I think, in the league.
Arrowhead. We put in historic.
Historic's a good spot for it. Yeah, I agree. Historic.
AT&T. Do we? It's either
Oh,
I don't know.
AT&T. I think it has to go in spectacular. I think it does. Game day in Dallas. I mean, I think it has to go in spectacular. What's that skyline? Is that
Where?
Chicago? I'm talking. Look at the
Where?
next picture.
This one?
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh,
Carolina. I think
Carolina.
it's average.
Yeah, average. I'm fair with average.
FedEx Field. I think it's easily there.
Oh, absolutely. That's the easiest one that goes in that position.
FedEx Field, from the poop rating down on the fans to the poop that's inside the front office, I think that's an easily what the hell are they doing?
Absolutely.
Okay, Vikings. I think it's another easily spectacular.
Oh, easy spectacular. Yep.
That was right there. Arizona, another spectacular one.
Yep.
And we might as well add Atlanta like you wanted there.
Yeah.
So now, all right, Lambeau, historic.
Lambeau's historic. Absolutely.
Cleveland.
Average? FedEx Field?
No, FedEx Field's here.
Oh. I'm talking Progressive.
First Energy.
First Energy. Okay. Yeah, average.
New England.
I almost want to say yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Hard Rock. If they didn't have the canopy there, I'd say it's average. I think you have to put it in above average now.
Yeah, I agree.
You could make a case for all the upgrades and stuff that they put into it. You could. I'm not because I don't like
I
Miami.
agree.
Heinz Field. I think just to piss off one of our friends, we have to put it there.
Yeah.
But no, I honestly think it's average. I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Make a case. Okay, so I don't know. Levi Stadium. This is a tough one for me.
Yeah.
It's a good new stadium, but they absolutely butchered like everything else. Like if all the conditions were right, it's a great stadium. But at the same time, they kind of muffed it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's too close to an airport, and I've heard pilots complain about the light coming from the stadium. The the sun just shines on like one side of the field, and
Yeah.
like that's why WrestleMania 31 looks so bad.
Yes, it did. I would say above average. I mean, it's still a good stadium. Uh, I mean, it's new. I'm sure all the amenities in it. I mean, games there. They look good. Yeah, I think above average. This is the Eagles, right? This
Yeah,
is.
this is Philadelphia. I don't know. I'm leaning. Well, I guess you could put it up above average, but
I'm okay with average.
okay, average. I almost said RCA Dome. It's not RCA Dome. It's Lucas Oil Stadium, and I think you had
I
to put it
wish that.
above average.
Yeah, I wish there was another category because it's definitely a. It's. I think there. If there's a category above average and spectacular, that's where this would go. Just because it hosts so much in the off season. Um, that it would just be. Yeah, and that's what I would have. I would have it there. Above
Damn
average.
it!
Yeah, yeah. I think this is where that one goes.
Yeah, because like you said, like they host the Big Ten championship every year. They have more than like it's hosted the Final Four before. Maybe not Final Four, but they've hosted the March Madness tournament last year when it was all one in one clustered place.
Yeah,
So it's definitely used. It definitely gets its use. Lumen Field.
historic, right?
I know it's not that old. You had to put in spectacular. I feel like, oh, I think it's spectacular. If the crowd noise wasn't a fact, okay, this probably goes.
That's why I was
This
considering historic, just because the volume.
so yeah, this goes more than atmosphere because Seattle absolutely went above and beyond when they kept like the stuff in to keep the crowd noise down and in to like help disperse.
Yep.
Like that goes into um the stadium architecture and not just the atmosphere because I mean how the hell are you gonna like how do you know to do that? And
This is what I'm hoping for the Bills Stadium. However, I want more seating in the end zones. That's my only. That's if I could picture a stadium, that's what I want. Just more seating.
all right, so I've seen the Titans stadium from the outside. I think you have to put it in average from what I've
That's
seen.
fair.
It doesn't. It looks like a very average stadium, and from what I've heard, Raymond James Stadium is just a carbon copy of it, just more squared out
Okay.
than the Titans. So you have to. I think it's just average.
Yep.
I mean, the pirate ship, if it wasn't there, it might be better, but like it's, you could definitely tell it's for one team.
Yeah, absolutely. That's that team.
Okay, so LA Rams and Chargers. I think that's a spectacular SoFi Stadium.
Yep.
Like just
Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
so we have five stadiums left. Mercedes Benz. I think you have to put it historic.
Yep.
Like it's getting old. It's up there in age. The reason why it hosts so much is because it's historic. I don't know that you can really put it in any other cat. Like you can say it's bad, but at the same time you have to admit it's historic.
Yeah, and also what it did to the community during Hurricane Katrina. Just, I mean, it adds so much. It's more than just a football stadium down there.
Okay, so apparently I just now realizing this is Chicago. This is Soldier Field.
Well, Soldier Fields, that's historic.
Yeah, that's an old stadium. All right, so now we're down to four. Baltimore.
Uh,
I'm leaning above average only because
yeah, I agree.
you can't put a stadium that hosts Army and Navy. Well, actually, did we? Yes, we did. Okay, average it goes. 'Cause I was about to say, well, you can't put a stadium that hosts Army and Navy in average, but we did.
Yeah.
Broncos Stadium, whatever the hell, Mile High.
Mile High. Um, average.
At this point, I think Paul Brown Stadium too. Energy, I don't know. Like it has the looks to be above average,
Yes.
but I mean, it's spectacular, not above average. At the same time, I've not heard that many good things about it.
Yeah, whatever you think's best here. I'm for.
I think yeah, put it there. So They had it. I think the Bills Stadium has had its day. FedEx Field absolutely needs to be torn down. The Commune Stadium is just absolutely
Absolutely
horrific now, raining poop water on everyone.
disgusting.
Yeah, and like I just I think that's a good tier list to
I
start
agree.
out.
I agree. It's a good one. I'm thinking maybe not next week, but a future week. We gotta do jerseys.
That's maybe home jerseys because I think if we
Oh,
do them
yeah.
both, it's gonna.
Home jerseys. Yep. Yes. Or maybe a color
We're gonna
rush. It depends on yeah. We gotta do something like
I mean, we
that.
have a whole off season to do this
That
stuff,
is
so
true. Eventually, there has to be more.
yeah. So now, Kevin, it's your time, and
Perfect.
I'm sure you got a lot of
I a
you got a lot of
lot, but I'm
takes
gonna
here.
keep it fast though. A lot, but I'm gonna keep it nice and it's just gonna be nice. It's just gonna be nice and fast. Let me pull up. So the Sabres are off an amazing game last night in Chicago. They were down 4-0. Figured out a way to make it tied, and then and then Chicago scored, and then Buffalo scored, and then with 10 seconds left, a power play because I will remind you, Chicago was super frustrated. So we go down 4-0. Chicago. This happened in Chicago maybe the night before. They were up 3-0 and then they lost. So they're up 4-0 and they're like, okay, well we have to make sure they don't come back. Guess what? Sabres came back. They came back. They scored their fourth goal in the beginning of the third. Chicago scored about 15 minutes left in the third. Buffalo then scored with 9 minutes, and they were pressing really hard. Chicago player took out his frustrations on the Sabres, leaving them with a 2-minute power play with about a minute 30 left in the game. They're dishing the puck around. It makes it around the boards to Tage, who passes it to Dahlin, who then passes it back to Tage Thompson. He shoots the puck. He breaks his stick. Shot goes, it's a slap shot flat on the ice. It goes off the back of the boards, back, and then bounces off the boards into the goalie skates, and then in from the skates into the back of the net. Sabres win 6-5 with 10 seconds left. Again, I don't know what to say. I said this to Zach right before, but I'm not just saying this because I'm a Sabres fan, but I honestly think currently right now standing, like why can't I find the Sabres last 10 games? But we'll just pull it up. So they had a win in regulation. They had a loss in uh, overtime. That's 3 points. A loss in a shootout. That's 4 points. A win in a shootout. That's 6 points. A win in overtime. That's 8 points. 8 points in 10 days on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 games. 8 points in 5 games for a team that isn't supposed to be doing anything. They currently have the best record in March in the whole NHL. Um, Again, if they can get their goalie situation figured out, there's no reason why the Sabres would have last night had to score 6 goals to win that game. If they had um, Tokarski faced, I think he faced 21 shots and he saved 15 of them. Like that's just not good numbers. If they had a better goalie tandem, I do like Craig Anderson, but he's 41. You can't play him every night. If they get the goalie situation figured out next year, I think they sign a veteran. Pay an established goalie next year. They have so much money. Pay an established goalie. Bring up UPL and run it. Run it next year. You have the opportunity to run it. You have players in development. Jack Quint is going off in Rochester the last couple weeks. He has like I even want to make up a random number, but if you said he has 15 points in 10 games, I wouldn't be surprised. Um, he's doing absolutely amazing. Owen Powers doing good. Devin Levi, he won NCAA Goalie of the Year. So future's great in Buffalo. Again, you just got to get through this year. They're not going to push anything this year, and they're just growing as a team. And important players are producing. Victor Olofsson had two goals last night. Tage Thompson had that lucky goal. Hinostroza scoring. So great players are going off right now. And then you have some helpful hands with Metalstat and Cousins who are growing as players. They're blossoming into their own player, which is good. It's probably not as fast as people like it to be, but guess what? People say it all the times with the Bills. There's a process. Trust the process. Trust the process with the Sabres. They're going to come out. They're going to be fine. Kevin Adams has a direction. Don Granato is going to go that direction, and they're gonna push something next year, and they're gonna push. They're gonna be in a wild card spot at least next year. That's a promise. March 29th, 2022, the Sabres are gonna be in a playoffs position a year from now. March 29th, 2023. That's a promise, and that's my Sabres spiel.
So you're not sure of it?
Absolutely. Hands down, the only other thing I'm more sure of is the Bills winning the Super Bowl.
So you know something, we'll take some time here as long as I can bring up. Let's see, NHL.com. So the two-time reigning defending Stanley Cup champions are not top three in their division. They have the last I saw, I should say, I'm going to point out, I think it's been a couple days since that was pointed out to me. Now, I forgot what it was. Oh, the Florida Panthers, they lead their division now. Are we going to see the Sunshine State battle in the playoffs?
Probably, and I'm for it. Panthers are a great team, entertaining team. And it's the Lightning. I mean, Lightning has been the shining glory of the NHL last couple of years, and that state needed something big because for a long time, Florida was not doing hot.
Who almost messed up? I almost really messed up.
Oh,
but
man.
Should I zoom in with it?
No, that's fine. I see it.
All
right, that's fine. Yeah,
so your top three in the Metropolitan: Carolina, Pittsburgh, New Rangers. So it'd be Pittsburgh and New York bailing in round one. Tampa Bay actually came back now. It'd be Tampa Bay, Toronto. Florida would face. Where's the points? 94. Carolina would face Washington. Boston would play Florida. So, yeah, and as you can see, that's pretty much your top eight there.
Go down to the last 10 for the Sabres. Last 10 for the Sabres. Right there, 6-2-2. 6-2-2.
That's 14 points.
Yeah. That... Oh, man. I'm telling you. It looks like Boston's had the better past 10 games. But I don't know how many other teams have really... the Sabres in the last 3 years have sucked in March, and I was ready for another gruesome March, which I was okay with a gruesome March because, I mean, I don't want the playoffs. I don't want points. And
now we don't want playoffs now because they're pretty much out in their.
Absolutely, we don't want playoffs. No. Yeah. I mean, if they started playing like this at the beginning of this calendar year, they could be pushed in a playoff spot. If they January 1st they came out like this, I think they could. And yeah, so there is no playoffs currently, but
so what I'm noticing out of the top two teams for this is for each Metropolitan and Atlantic. It's a good thing there's no shootout in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
One under 500, under 500, under 500, under 500. So take that for what it's worth. I'm not. It's not. It's that's just a point there. But
and it is literally just a point.
Yeah. How in the hell is Washington 5-2 in the shootout?
Well, because they face this guy named Dustin Tokarski, and so they win.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I know why. You're not going to like what I'm going to say, but I know why. It is because of Mr. T.J. Oshie.
Well, he's hurt, so hope you like that.
Well, now he's hurt. He's been scratched the last couple times. And I was so mad when he was scratched in Buffalo. Like, damn it.
Wait, let me look at the. Let me scroll down so I can get the points right here. Let's just see.
For what, Western or?
Yeah, 47. Okay, so they're 11 points ahead of Montreal.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Oh, we're getting draft picks. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I want to see where we're drafting.
We still have what? There's still. We have another month before that matters,
Okay,
really.
but doesn't mean you can't look too early.
Yeah.
And where's Vegas? Let's just scroll down and look at Vegas when we're here.
1 point up.
if-
Dallas, more games.
4 more games. Oh man.
4 and 6 in their last 10, but they've won their last 2.
Okay.
Vegas again. Chicago is imploding in the last 2 games. Let's start there. What? We need to stop screen sharing for now. What the hell happened Saturday with Chicago? They were up 3-0 going into the third, lost it, and Vegas still wins that game.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine doing that. They lost. They were up 3-0, lost that game on Saturday, and then Monday, a Buffalo team comes in and you're up 4-0 and you lose again. Like how? Fans, how can you not?
I think this goes back to karma. Look at what happened, what came out last year. This is all karma for what happened in the 2010, whatever. I forget. Was it Kyle Beach? The guy's name was.
Yep.
This is the stuff you're gonna. I had to censor. I had to figure out how to censor myself. This is the stuff that you guys have to look forward to, Chicago, because you reap what you sow. This is puck don't lie. This is what you deserve for what happened all those years ago.
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
if Chicago sells, Chicago should not be fully defunct. Let's start that out there. You can't defunct a whole franchise. That should never happen.
Yes.
What could happen though? What should happen though is that you force the owner to sell. If what has come up is true, which I believe it is. I think there's no one's denying what happened is false.
It's fair. Yeah.
Now, do you want to add anything before we go back to the standings here?
No, we're good.
All right, so okay, let's go back to sharing the screen. So yeah, Calgary is no, that's not what I want. Colorado is running away with the West.
Yep.
Like I think 66 there. So okay, Carolina and Florida still have a chance to catch them. I don't think they will. I think Colorado's going to get the President's Trophy.
Probably.
And probably run away. I think a sneaky team going towards the playoffs is St. Louis.
You're just saying that because you're a Ryan O'Reilly blower.
I'm not a Ryan O'Reilly blower. What? Why do you think that?
Why? I think the Vegas Golden Knights are going to implode because their new.
They already have. You can't say they're going to when they've already imploded.
Their new star player has no playoff experience, and playoff hockey is really different. God, and he might not make the playoffs again. I'm happy.
Arizona, I think that's another team that I think they need to move. I think.
Oh, the stadium is horrible.
They're going to move. They're going to move out of that stadium. They're out. They're going to ASU that holds 6,000 feet. 6,000 fans.
6,000.
6,000. If what I was told is correct.
How can an NHL team?
It's not supposed to. They're breaking NHL rules by doing this. But because they got kicked out of this current stadium, they had to find somewhere else. And ASU, they signed a 3-year deal to go to ASU. And I don't know why NHL is allowing this, but they are.
Well, because they can find a new relocation spot for them. It's given them 3 years to do it.
I think there's a place up north. North is that way. Up north that needs a new team. And it's not really new team, it's bringing back an old team, and I think you know where I'm going with it.
You want Quebec?
I want the Quebec Nordiques.
Nice. No, I want the Atlanta Thrashers. That's who I want back. I don't want the Nordiques. I want the Thrashers back.
The Thrashers? Why? Why?
Why?
Like,
Why? Because Canada has a lot of teams, and I don't want them to get another one. That's why. They have like 9 teams.
Kevin, the rest is all. That means 23 are American.
Okay, you know what? Sorry that I'm an American, but
I'm an American too. But I mean, it's if we're gonna like say that high, like you have to look at the markets. I understand, like you want to keep an American team, but at the same time,
the Thrashers logo though was amazing. Oh. And the last team that they just moved, okay, besides Seattle and Vegas, guess where they went to? Winnipeg. Dumb.
From Atlanta to Winnipeg.
Dumb. They don't need another
because the market is there. The market is there for Winnipeg. There's no market in Atlanta for this. There's a market
in Omaha?
In Quebec. What? You're going the wrong way. You are going the wrong way.
They don't have any. Nebraska has no professional sports. 0. Telling you, Omaha.
Yeah, but it's a small market.
Omaha. Let me come up with a real name real fast. Omaha.
Omaha Otters, something like that.
Oh, that's pretty good. Or you could do like Lincoln. You could do it in Lincoln.
Kevin, the population of Omaha is 475,000 people. Okay, 476. I'll round up.
Okay, well, check out Lincoln then. I think Lincoln's
worse. Lincoln is 283,000.
All right, okay, whatever. My cousin just got accepted to Omaha Medical School, so like, come on.
You know something? If you do want to have a big market team, Houston. I think it should be. No. It should be Houston over Seattle, anyways. But
no.
Why?
The only thing we should talk about relocation or expansion is an NBA team coming back to Buffalo. That's the only thing I want. I would be into basketball if they got a team back. The Buffalo Braves, bring it back. I want to see people be dunked on. I will buy tickets to see people get dunked on in Buffalo. I'm not good at basketball. But so, I would watch people.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Like okay. We're going way over time here, but I don't care. This is fun. But like, you're gonna tell me that Buffalo needs an NBA team.
No, I'm not saying that. Kevin wants Buffalo to get an NBA team, so Kevin can get into basketball. But I'm not getting into basketball because I would just be called a bandwagon fan. And yeah, who cares that my favorite team right now is the Suns? Who cares?
You know, it's a partial owner for the Suns. It's a partial owner for the Suns.
Oh, I have a backstory on that. I can't say it over this, but if you want to know, I'll DM you the information.
Why? Why can't you tell me? Is it that bad?
You and Larry?
Oh my God, you're such an asshole.
Well, after that, my name is Kevin. That guy.
Yeah, you do the outro. You go ahead.
Oh yeah, that guy is Zach McAdoo. You can see his Twitter name right there. We'll see you next Tuesday, and this is the Nameless Podcast. Peace.
The MCS podcast, you ass munch.
Oh, Nameless MCS, whatever. Peace.